At the age of 32, my friend's daughter, aspiring to be a professional chef, got diagnosed with metastatic lung cancer. Lung cancer is one of the many different chronic lung diseases that are preventable in over 35 million Americans, and we know that cooking is an occupational hazard. I'm Dr. Lu, and in this video, I'm going to share with you 5 everyday habits that create indoor air pollution to make you sick. And I'll give you some practical tips throughout this video to protect your health today. So let's start with the kitchen. I know you've been told that eating home is better than eating out. But has anyone ever taught you how to safely prepare your food? Specifically, I'm talking about gases that are produced when you add heat to your food. Now, when you add heat, you are changing the chemicals in your food, and they turn brown for a reason. These chemicals evaporate into gases that you may think smells delicious, but they can irritate your respiratory tree, and these small particles can embed in your lungs and cause inflammation. Think of a giant forest fire and the ash and smoke that you see in the air. Your food is no different. When you add dry heat, you are burning in a controlled manner organic material, such as, trees. Cooking fumes can mutate your food's DNA, and it can mutate your DNA, causing permanent inflammation and damage that can lead to cancer. Now, you may be trying to do the right thing and cook at home to eat healthier foods, but you could be creating poisonous gases. And dry heat is really the main problem. And yes, some foods are worse than others. So the fumes from cooking meat on high dry heat can be very toxic. Your bacon and steak may smell really delicious, but that smell is carcinogenic and can affect the birth weight and the head size of an unborn child, even though the pregnant mom never eats any of the food. Because all the proteins that are heated up, that are exposed to this high dry heat, it turns into mutagenic molecules which are unhealthy to eat and breathe. That make boiling, baking, deep frying, pan frying, and grilling really bad for your health of your lungs to smell. So living close to a restaurant or a barbecue grill, even if you're grilling vegan food or a vegan restaurant, these are all potentially health hazards. Deep fried tofu and grilled tempeh are not healthy for your lungs. And if you like these foods, maybe consider ordering them out and just eating them as an occasional treat. It's incredible how we have so many rules for workplace safety, but we don't teach people some basic safety in the home. And you can change that for you and your kids today, right? So the next time your kids ask you for French fries, you can tell them that the oil you need to cook them creates toxic fumes that are cancerous to breathe. And if they travel to their bedroom, they'll be sleeping under that air. And even tobacco companies knew this. And so really minimize your oil when you're cooking. When you know you're using too much oil, when you can smell it. And when it's caked on the surfaces of your hoods and cabinets. Growing up in an Asian household, stir frying and deep frying was a common method of cooking by my mom, and it was delicious. I loved it. But having to clean that gelatinous layer of dirty oil on the cabinets and range hood was really irritating, right? It was hard to get off. And she would always tell me to close all the bedroom doors before she cooked. And in her 70s, she developed chronic lung disease, chronic bronchitis, recurrent pneumonias. And it's interesting how non-smoking women are getting more lung cancers. How much of it is from their occupation as a cook, from being a mom at home? I don't really know the answer, but really, why take the chance, right? Put the effort in to protect your lungs. Turn on the ventilation hood whenever you turn on that flame. If you can smell the cooking oil or meat away from your kitchen, your range hood doesn't work well. And if you must cook with oil, use an oil with a high heating point like canola oil or avocado oil, and avoid low smoke point oils like coconut oils and sesame oil. And when you're cooking with heat, you're really making a mini forest fire inside your home, because carbon is carbon. The wood is made out of carbon. Your food is made out of carbon. So really, you don't want to inhale those fumes. Open all your windows, blow out the air with a fan. You can use indoor HEPA filters. You can even wear an N95 mask, especially if you're deep frying. And of course, if you burn your food, if you blacken your food, it's even worse. It's worse to eat and it's worse to smell. It may taste good, but it's not good for you to eat or smell. smell. So smelling burnt food is bad whether you're burning it in your pan or on your dirty burner or in the toaster. In the beginning of 2020, I lost the microwave because my son heated up a cup of noodle and he didn't put water in it, and it essentially disintegrated into a pile of black dust. The stench was so unbearable, and it embedded inside the microwave and in my cupboards. It was just really, really bad. And after the whole ordeal, it was actually a blessing in disguise, because instead of the microwave, which we had to dispose of, I got a powerful range hood with 4 different ventilation speeds to suck up these cooking fumes. I really love my range hood. But open the windows and just remember to frequently clean up spilled food on the burners, in the toasters, in your pots, in your pans, in your oven, in your microwave, because you really don't want to burn anything. I have a friend with asthma who just won't stop coughing. And these days, nobody wants to be around you if you're coughing all the time. She loves to cook and she's very talented at what she does, but she has a gas stove. And I think that's worsening her asthma. It's really bad enough we have to worry about the foods that we eat that makes us inflammatory or makes us inflamed, let alone worrying about our appliances causing inflammation. If you have an electric stove, that's great. But if you're stuck with gas pipes like me, you should know that your gas is notorious for causing lung disease, worsening asthma, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. It's just really harmful for our children. There are so many chemicals in this gas, and when we cook that blue flame, that's actually nitrogen dioxide, and that is a gas that can irritate your lungs. Nitrogen dioxide can increase 50% just within 15 minutes and float into your children's bedroom. The longer the stove is on, the more nitrogen dioxide that will accumulate in your home. The gas also contains methane, and this is the same gas that cows make to warm up the planet. And Stanford did a study where over 50% of gas stoves in California actually leaked even when they were off. Our gas pipes and our gas stoves may be slowly leaking methane in our home without us even knowing it. It's really important to have a carbon monoxide monitor because it can also leak carbon monoxide. And if you have any questions, call your gas company to inspect your stove and your pipe and your connections. My husband used to like making s'mores, and he would roast marshmallows over the flame, and he thought it was brilliant. But really, don't do that in your home. It's like burning wood. It's burning carbon or burning wood in your fireplace, right? Get an electric log, because whenever you burn anything, those fumes create toxic gas and poison your lungs. I live in California, and every summer and fall, I have to deal with wildfires. The ash and the particulates are toxic to all of our health. And that's why they asked us to go indoors so that we don't breathe in this toxic air. But when we burn things in our own home, we're creating like mini forest fires. So this is why don't start a fireplace with real wood. The ash can float into your furniture, the fire particulates you can inhale, you may not be able to see, and they can embed in your lung pocket. They can irritate your alveoli and cause chronic inflammation and lead to not only lung diseases, but other diseases. And so our lungs are like 2 giant sponges. They are designed to absorb gas and expel gas. And when it gets damaged, it can't do that efficiently, right? We can't absorb as much oxygen and we can't expel as much trash and carbon dioxide. This will affect the energy that we have. You'll be more tired, you'll be more fatigued, you'll be more irritable and depressed. It can cause muscle wasting, dementia, kidney disease. It can reduce and make your blood more acidic. And your pH balance is super important, and it's dependent upon the lung function, as well as your kidneys and muscles. And this can all lead to inflammation, such as muscle wasting, kidney failure, and really poor immunity. Best to you in your healthcare journey. I hope you found this video helpful. If you like this video, you'll love the next one. See you there.